first off, I want to start off with a question. So by a show of hands, how many of you have something that you would say you're passionate about? All right, most people. Very cool. How many of you work on this passion throughout the week? Okay, awesome. Now by another show of hands, how many of you aren't going to raise your hands regardless of what I say? That's okay. Thank you for your honesty. I really appreciate it. Awesome. So first let me tell you a little bit about myself. So you can decide whether or not you want to listen to me. Hopefully you do. You might be thinking, why should I listen to you? A college student? She doesn't have much life experience yet. But in my short life, that I realized you don't have to have much life experience in order to live passionately. You might not believe this, but 4 years ago, you could not have paid me enough money to get up here today and talk. I was so awkward to the point where I literally looked up how to socialize on Google. Yeah, it was that bad. At that time, I fell in love with one of my passions, which is volunteering. I really wanted to get other people to share my love too, but I simply did not have the courage to do that. I couldn't talk to people, let alone inspire them. But today, I'm going to tell you how I got that courage and share the tools that you can use to live even more passionately in everything that you do. So awesome. So today, I want to give you 3 tools that you can burn into your brain, hopefully, so that can help you throughout your life. Here they are. 1, giving it your all. Number 2, remembering your why. And number 3, letting go of excuses. So let's start. All right, the first tool to living passionately is 1, giving it your all. Each day, we're faced with challenges that we must deal with. Take Malala Yousafzai, for instance. She really knows how to give it her all. I'm sure many of you have heard of her book, I Am Malala. When the Taliban began to attack the schools of Pakistan in 2008, Malala stood up. She gave a speech called, How Dare the Taliban Take Away My Basic Right to Education. Talk about a gutsy girl. In 2012, a Taliban gunman shot her in the head. But she survived and later became the youngest recipient of the Nobel Peace Prize at the age of 17 years old. Wow. Malala is a prime example of somebody who gave it her all, even to the point where she almost lost her life, but thankfully she lived to tell her story. Her unruly passion ignited change in the entire world. It seems like she lives passionately in everything that she does. The key to having that type of determination is by remembering your why. The next tool I'd like to share with you. Your why is your purpose. Remembering your why will make you go further. For example, let's say one of your family members is sick in the hospital and you're working 3 different jobs to try and pay for the medical bills. And one day you just get so sick and tired of it because you're overworked, you're overstressed, and you're just annoyed. But then you think to yourself, why am I doing this? To help pay the medical bills for someone I love tremendously so they can get the medical treatment they need in order to survive. Wow, see? It's really not that bad anymore, right, after you think about it. With a higher purpose, it's easier to be passionate about whatever it is that you're doing, even if it's annoying and you're very stressed out. So try tying your mundane tasks to higher purposes so it's easier to be passionate about them. Before we can remember our why, though, we have to overcome self-doubt, which comes in the form of excuses. We all have those excuses, and they're just one of those little annoying things that keeps us from being successful. It's crazy that these little thoughts in our heads have so much weight, but they really do. It's all about how you feel. Your thoughts control everything you do and how you react in many different situations. This brings me to my 3rd tool, letting go of excuses. All of us have self-doubt at one point in time. It's a part of this. It's part of life. But what if I told you you could be just that much more successful if you simply relaxed, did a little bit of passioning, and let go of your self-doubt for a bit? Let's first analyze the root of self-doubt. People have self-doubt, create excuses when they're faced with challenges, whether that be in the form financially, physically, emotionally. Challenges come in a million different forms. Personally, as a naive 8th grader, I knew I didn't want to waste my summer. I wanted to get others to love volunteering like I do. I wanted to share that passion, but I was deathly afraid of public speaking and talking with people. I had 1,000,001 excuses to not do something running through my mind. I'm not good enough. I'm not smart enough. You know what? I'm just a kid. No one's gonna listen to me. I don't even have any volunteer opportunities lined up. You know what? I'm just stupid. This isn't gonna work. What if this ends up being a waste of my time? Excuses controlled my life. They controlled me along with my actions. I realized that I had to face the fact that if I wanted to pursue my passion, I had to do it despite the stupid fears holding me back. So I ended up creating a website called Jackie'sVolunteerNetwork.com, and I called over 50 different organizations in the community and convinced many of them to offer volunteer opportunities to teenagers. I wanted to start speaking to people and get teens to volunteer, but I worried, what would people think? To let go of excuses, you first have to get into a better mood. So you can do that by physically getting up, taking a deep breath, jumping, taking your dog for a walk, whatever that may be. Here, let's try something. Let's try a little something. So turn to the person next to you and say, "Wow, you are looking good." Let's try that out.
Wow, you're looking good.
Okay, awesome. All right, awesome. Give him a high five. Good job. Perfect. Yeah, so see how that just kind of helped lighten the mood and you just feel a little bit better? Once you're able to have the right mindset, only then will you be able to let go of your excuses. You feel good now, so you can remove those deeper layers of excuse, look what's really in your soul, and look into your spiritual side and your deeper purpose. In anything that you do, you can live passionately. How? With these 3 simple tools. Number 1, give it your all. Live in the present. You might as well give it your all now because this is the only time you can make a difference. Eat passionately. Love passionately. Get the most out of life by giving it your best shot at whatever it is you're doing. Put some thought into someone's gift. Push yourself an extra 20 minutes at the gym. Anything. Just remember to give it your all. But how do you give it your all? 2, my next tool. Remember your why. All of us have those annoying tasks and responsibilities we don't like. But why do we do them? For another reason, for a much more important reason. Think, it's for my family. It's so people I love can have a better life in the future. Whatever your tiring task is, think about why you're doing it, and doing so will allow you to make those tasks easier and bring more meaning into your life. And lastly, in order to live passionately, you must let go of your excuses. The universe has provided each and one of us different gifts. We can't let excuses or other people predict our path because in the end, only we can determine our own path and success in life. The way I see it, each of us has only one life to live, and it's up to me to make the most out of mine. You have so much going for you, and you just can't let that stop because of stupid excuses, other people's opinions, responsibilities, obstacles, or even your own self-doubt. You have to live passionately and make an effort to live a gratifying life. And so then one day, you can surpass your expectations with passion. Thank you so much.